tell you something. There's a lot of fucking bullshit music out there at the moment, man. There's no real hip-hop, there's no real rock and roll. And everyone's doing it for the fucking money and the women. Now don't get me wrong, I love money and I love women.
Mother, there's a side to me you don't know, different to the child with the smile in your photos. Made some decisions, some wrong, some right. Now strangers call my number when I'm sleeping at night. But they're sinners too, and they'll only make me worse. Don't let me go and roll away like a penny down the hole in the road.
I love the sound that they could mix. I'd never heard anyone even attempt to try and mix. It reminded me of Oasis meeting Kalashnikov, meeting the production of Wiley or something like that.
His rap name was Danny Screwloose. And this, you know, he was, when I met him, he would have been about 16, 17, shaved head, hoodie on, listening to Redman, Method Man all the time, that kind of vibe.
So for Danny to play that UK tour, it really felt like the next stage was coming. It just meant the world to him. I mean, every night he was just so gassed. He was just so happy that he played a show in front of all these people. I mean, we tore up the stage.
They've always been in the middle of two worlds, like the commercial world and the underground world, and kind of they've gained like a good following, but there's always been like a lot of people not accepting it because it's got the rap, or not accepting it because it's got the singing. You can tell that these guys just gel together because they're mates and they all know each other, and it's just a vibe bouncing between them.
Hey Ali, where did it all begin for Kings of the City?
Well, before Kings of the City, there was the friendship that was developed between Danny and I. And I met him about 10 years ago. We were at a Busta Rhymes concert in Wembley. I just said to him, yeah, give me your number. I mean, I don't normally go around asking for guys' numbers when I'm meeting concerts, but for some reason I just felt like I needed to take his number.
There was a Limehouse studio that Ali was kind of recording a lot of people in, and I used to go there to record, and then I think he brought Dan and his younger brother one time.
It's me, him, Danny, our other mate Dolman. I think that was it, just in the room. It was just like, alright, let's start experimenting together.
I think Ali was like, yeah, just you do what you do, and you do what you do. Because Dan was playing guitar and recording, writing songs and stuff, and so he fused the two together, and I Try came out.
Sometimes I just find I walk the same ground all the time, drinking Jim Beam.
And that was the kind of time his own band kind of came to an end. He's like, all right, well look, you know, I want to give this my 100% now and be dedicated to this.
So when Danny started the new band with Ali, they worked so hard just to get the music out, get the recordings right, to get them mixed and mastered.
Luckily, someone had told me about a promoter called Emily Rolson, and I sent her the tunes. I said, you know, if you can put us on any nights, let me know. She's like, yeah, I'll put you on Jazz Cafe. You put a couple of tunes out and then you start getting some hype. And then, you know, the way it goes, you get a bit of hype and then it goes down, and then you get a bit of hype, and then we went on tour.
Just from when I heard them, I wanted them on the tour, really. Like, they were the most exciting kind of band that I'd listened to coming out of the UK.
I think before the tour, I think everyone knew that we were making good music. But when we got to the tour, it was more of a boost to make everyone think, okay, we can actually maybe get our foot in the door and do this.
It's a massive high point. Just kind of being able to go out there and do it as a unit and smash it, essentially.
All of it was a highlight. I can't really pinpoint any particular moment, because they're all, it's just when you're with your mates and you're doing what you love, you know, it doesn't really get much better than that.
We used to, I think Mav and Delilah, they didn't used to drink and stuff like that. like before their shows, we were just like getting smashed and like going on stage.
We speak about the tour a lot because it was pretty much the highlight of the 3 years of being a band, and my best memory with Danny.
I've been to this place like 100 times, man. I've never been on the stage before. It looks fucking incredible over here, man. It's beautiful.
I mean, we tore up the stage.
That's right, it's Charlie Sloth right here, BBC Radio 1 Extra. Now this week has been a very sad week for UK music, man. A band that I've supported for the last couple of years, that I was very excited about, tragically lost their lead singer this week. Danny from Kings of the City sadly passed away at only 27 years of age. And like I said, an artist who I had such high hopes for. I had tipped them to do great things.
What do you remember of the first time you found out about it?
Well, the couple of days before, we had been played by Zane Lowe, Radio 1, and it was like the highlight of our career so far. We were on top of the moon.
Let's play something really up front right now from a band which Rob the Bank has supported. Very early days for them, but we've checked out 3 or 4 of their songs and think that they're really special. Think you're going to really like them. They've got a bright future. If you're fans of Plan B or the King Blues or anybody that's fused various different genres together in a seamless fashion and done it passionately and authentically, then you're going to love Kings of the City. We're going to play this for the very first time on Radio 1.
2 days later, we heard the news that he had some form of cancer. The doctors didn't even know what kind of cancer it was at the time. Didn't know what the hell was going on. And eventually they figured out that it was stage 4 lung cancer. And I didn't really know what that meant. So I Googled it again, and it was just like mind-blowing how the odds were stacked.
His first thoughts were his family and his girlfriend Jess. When he said to me when he first got diagnosed, he just said, "Oh, what the hell am I going to do? How am I going to tell my parents, and how am I going to tell Jess?" It wasn't like, "Shit, I've got cancer." He was always thinking about other people.
When he knew he was ill, he emailed me and started with kind of, "Hey Nige, guess what?" And you know, I've kept it. He explained it as only he could, as only he would, in his unique way.
He was so strong-minded about it. He kind of didn't let me think that it was going to happen anyway. He was kind of just like, "Yeah, we're going to get through this. We're going to finish the album." And it's like for a second he didn't even think he was going to die. So
he was the one keeping us, like positive, and we were like, wow, like how is he doing this? But yeah, man, he just felt like a brother to me. I mean, we're all brothers, man.
Look, before we get this thing started, let me make one thing very fucking clear. Let me make one fucking thing very clear. A lot of us are here to listen to music and have a fucking nice time here, whatever. It's one guy's birthday, one of my very best friends.
I will always remember Danny as the kindest person I knew.
He had a childlike quality, very. He had childlike quality, but then would drink pints and be really manly, and he was this kind of strange hybrid.
It sounds like a cliche, but Danny was always smiling. He was always positive. When people got angry, he'd always try to calm people down.
Most people who've met him straight away realise they're not dealing with a regular sort of human being in a good way, obviously.
He was just a talent. He was just dripping in talent, and I think the world just was not ready for him.
It's a loss to the world, it's a loss to his friends and family, it's a loss to music. But his voice and what he has left and the legacy he's left within, his recordings, within his writings and within the people around him that will carry it on is something that is everlasting.
this whole time now will be with me forever, and the time that we had will be forever. And even though the band is not going to continue after this, I know people will talk about this album for years to come. And I want people to know that Danny was a boss and wanted to be remembered as a boss and fucking rocking and rolling, and not as a weak kind of guy dying of cancer. He would want to be remembered as a boss on stage, fucking chest out, guitar up, cocky, playing big fucking guitar solos. That's the way people will remember him before I die.